He told me I probably already knew I wasn't invited, which was true. The family group chat had been active all week: recipes, travel times, complaints about traffic near my mother's neighborhood, a photograph of wrapping paper spread across my sister-in-law's living room floor. Everyone spoke as if the address didn't need repeating, because everyone already knew where to go. Usually when someone forgot to mention me directly, my mother corrected it. This time she only sent a heart emoji. I was in my office when my brother finally called, late in the afternoon. His voice carrying that impatient confidence he always used when he had already decided something for everyone else. "It's probably better if you sit this one out." I looked at the spreadsheet still open on my screen. Rows of end-of-year invoices waiting for approval. Better for who? He exhaled, irritated that I asked. For everyone. You know how it gets, and honestly. He paused long enough to make it deliberate. Christmas isn't really a place for losers. There was movement behind him. Children way a television on somewhere. His wife asking whether he wanted tea. Ordinary sounds. That almost made it sharper. I waited because part of me still wanted him to soften it, to caught a joke that landed badly. He didn't. So I said, "All right, just that." No argument, no wounded question. No reminder that for 6 years the tuition notices for his daughters had been arriving in my email. Because he once said online payments confused him. No mention that the gas bill for his house still came out of an account he had forgotten controlled. Because I'd set it up during the winter he lost his job, and never asked to change it back. He seemed almost disappointed by how easy my answer was. That's it, yes. When the call ended, I stayed at the desk for a while, not angry yet, mostly hollow. There are moments when humiliation arrives too cleanly to process. It feels administrative. Like discovering your name removed from a list you assumed was permanent. I opened my banking app because it was already there in my recent tabs. The school transfer was scheduled for the 23rd of every month. I ended it. The utility payment attached to his address took another minute. Rent was different. That one wasn't regular, just a quiet rescue whenever he fell behind, and called our mother before calling me. But I removed the landlord's number from my favorites anyway, because habit starts in places like that. No message followed, no announcement. Boundaries sounded dramatic when spoken aloud. In reality they looked like unchecked boxes and confirmation screens. For 2 days, nothing happened. Christmas morning was strangely quiet. I made coffee, answered work emails, and told myself I preferred the silence. By noon I almost believed it. Then my phone started ringing. First my mother. I let it pass. Then my brother. By evening he sent a message: "Call me back. Urgent." I waited another hour before answering. His voice was already raised. "What exactly did you do?" "I'm not sure what you mean." "The school called me today." That stopped him for a second, maybe because saying it aloud made the problem sound official even to him. "They said the payment didn't go through. They asked if the sponsor changed." Sponsor. The word hung there between us longer than his insult had. I hadn't known the school still used that label. I could hear him breathing harder now, anger mixing with embarrassment. "You could have warned me." "You didn't warn me either." He understood immediately what I meant, because his tone changed, not softer, just less certain. "This is about Christmas." "No," I said. Though that wasn't fully true. "It's about accuracy." He laughed once, bitterly. "You're punishing children now." That sentence stayed with me after the call ended because it almost worked. Almost. The next morning his wife called. She had never asked me for money directly before. Everything usually came through him. Dressed as temporary inconvenience. This time her voice sounded tired enough that I sat down before answering. "I'm not calling to argue," she said. "I just need to know if this is permanent so I can make arrangements." That hurt more than my brother's anger. Because unlike him, she sounded practical. No pride left, only calculation. "I don't know yet," I said. There was silence, then a quiet no blame, which somehow felt heavier. 2 days later my mother called again, this time crying, not dramatic crying. The restrained kind people use when they want sympathy but also want to remain dignified. "You know how he speaks," she said. "He doesn't think before words come out." "I know." So this needs to go this far. That sentence told me everything. Not he was wrong. Not you deserved better. Only whether the financial consequence should continue. By the end of that week, another call came, this one not from family. The landlord. I almost ignored it before recognizing the number. He sounded uncomfortable. Your brother said maybe's been some misunderstanding. Rent is late and he said you usually. I don't anymore. I said. A pause. Did. Nothing dramatic, just a man updating expectations. That was the clearest moment of all outside the family. Nobody argued. Nobody asked about feelings. Systems simply adjusted when money stopped arriving. My brother came to my office 3 days later without warning. He looked more tired than angry now. Carrying that strained expression people get when reality has forced them to speak carefully. He didn't sit. So that's it. You just cut everything. I closed the file in front of me. You said Christmas had no place for losers. He stared at me, waiting for more, I assumed. I said. You wanted independence too. For the first time in years, he had nothing immediate to throw back. No apology came, I hadn't expected one. He left after less than 5 minutes. That Christmas ended without reconciliation, without dramatic collapse, without anyone learning a clean moral lesson. My mother still sent family photographs later that week. I wasn't in them, obviously. But something had changed in the way everyone spoke afterward. Not warmth. Not respect exactly. Just caution. And maybe, beneath that, the uncomfortable recognition that silence had been carrying more weight than anyone admitted. I spent New Year's Eve alone in my apartment, not miserable, not triumphant either. Just aware that family loyalty feels noble, until the day you stop confusing it with permanent obligation. The hardest part was realizing that dignity is quieter than anger, and lonelier too.